Hello students, today we are going to continue with our previous lecture, Development, Class 10th Economics, Chapter 1. We have already introduced this chapter to you, in which we told you about the definition of development, how the notion of development converted from time to time, the traditional notion which included the concept of money and money only, and how the contemporary notion is now a more expanded form which includes growth on an overall area, including education, basic facilities, freedom, equal treatment, security, respect, and such kind of factors. Now, how to compare development in different countries or states? As we studied earlier, that to study development, to calculate development, the basic criteria that the people took under consideration was the basis of money. So, the first criteria through which development is counted is on the basis of national income, which is defined as the total value of all the goods and services produced within a country plus the income coming from abroad within a duration of time, which is usually taken as 1 year. In the previous lecture, we told you about the concept of GDP, which is gross domestic product. It includes the final value of goods and services produced in the three economic sectors, primary, secondary, and tertiary. National income adds the income coming from abroad to that GDP, which then concludes the total amount of money earned by the nation. The second criteria used for calculating the development of any country would be per capita income. Per capita income is the income earned by individuals in the country. It is calculated by dividing the total income by the total population. Now, if we take these two criteria, to some extent they do provide you with an information of the basic infrastructure, of the basic facilities that the nation has, but still it will not give you the exact correct data whether the people of the country are developed or not. We can explain this with the help of an example by comparing two imaginary countries. We take two countries, country A and country B, with the population of 5 people each. Now, if we see these two datas, we'll come across the information that the total income or the national income of both the countries is equal at 50,000 rupees. But if here you see the distribution of income, this is then again very different and very variant. Then to extend it to per capita income, that is how much an individual person is able to earn in the nation, the amount will again come to be of an equal number, that is 10,000. If you look at the data of just the per capita income, you might not be able to understand what is the real situation in the countries. That if both the nations are having a per capita income of 10,000 rupees, that would display that they have an equal status, an equal standard. But if you look at the distribution of money, so you'll find that in country A, the distribution of money is more or less equal. People are earning close to equal income. But in country B, the income distribution is too variant. Four people are earning very, very less amount of money, and on the other hand, the fifth person is earning the maximum number and is enjoying all the money as well. So just calculating the income or finding out the per capita income may not show us the exact position. So to extend this, we were pushed to include other factors to find out whether a nation is developed or not. To calculate this, the solution came up with the United Nations Development Program UNDP, which declared its first Human Development Report in the year 1990 and introduced the concept of Human Development Index. The Human Development Index is a comparative study. It not just includes the monetary standard of the country, it includes the other factors as well. The factors like education, factors like health services, the basic facilities which a country provides to its citizen, and then it calculates the status of development of any country. The criteria that UNDP includes in calculating Human Development Index are: first, longevity of life; second, knowledge; and third, decent standard of living. To take the first factor, longevity of life, this is the basic way to find out what kind of health services the country has, what kind of food security the people have, and what kind of basic sanitation and medical facilities the people get. According to this, we can calculate that if the life expectancy, the number of years a person is expected to live on an average, is high, then we can find out that because of good health services, food security, medical care and sanitation facilities, the age of any person is higher or on a lower level. If you calculate this on a world level, we'll find that the life expectancy in our country, India, stands at the age of 64, which is not such a bad number, but still it is far below than countries like Japan and to say Sri Lanka, which has a life expectancy of 74. So the longevity of life, which tells about all the basic facilities that the people get in the nation. Knowledge level, the knowledge which includes primary and secondary education, and higher education, that's college, and different scope available for the people in the country. And lastly, decent standard of living, which is calculated under purchasing power parity in US dollars. Purchasing power parity is nothing but a comparative study of people earning money and able to spend it on their decent standard of living in comparison to expenditure in US dollars. If people are able to provide themselves with basic facilities of food, housing, clothes, education, and are spending money to acquire a decent living in comparison to the US dollars, then we can calculate what kind of lifestyle the people pursue. So these three criteria are included to calculate the Human Development Index, and the rank of a country is determined by the overall achievements in these three basic dimensions of Human Development Index. Now, if we compare it and place our country in this data, we'll find that India stands at 126th position in the data of 2004. Furthermore, if we include the latest data, India has fallen down 10 places and is now at the position of 136. So, not much of a difference has been seen here, and it requires a lot of effort from the government and the people to overcome this. Thus, we see that to calculate the development of any nation, just the monetary factor is not essential. Additional factors like the basic amenities, basic education, basic health facilities are also important. So, what is required here is not to follow an industrial development or only one path of growth. Rather, what we should be concentrating on is sustainable development, which includes certain features. Features like an increase in productivity, improvement in the standard of living of people, removal of poverty, illiteracy, etc. And overall conservation of the available resources in a judicious manner. As to quote Mahatma Gandhi here, to end the lecture, Earth has enough resources to meet the needs of all, but not enough to satisfy the greed of even one person.